Hello.
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 Okay. Alright.
Yeah. Welcome back to another edition of the Bickering Gamers, and today we're covering Zelda. We got different people here this time. We got the same three from last time, but we're gonna have some variety here. We got a couple of guests here. We have Greg here.
How are you?
Yes, we have,
Triple M.
You're a homosexual.
and we have Rosemary,
Who's a homosexual?
and
Not all the time.
we have another fellow YouTuber here.
They
Yes. Thank you, Tyler. I was gonna say that.
didn't hear me. You got to say it out louder.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, this is Shadow Dragon 90 here.
Alright, very good. So right now in the video you guys can't see yet, until I get the video really edited. There's some footage of the first Zelda. What's big about that game was that was the first ever game with the save feature. The idea of putting a battery in a cartridge to keep your save state in the same spot it was when you left off. That was really flimsy, though. It's a problem. But that really set something for future games. You had Super Mario World with a save feature. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 had a save feature. Everyone had to have a save feature, that's for sure. There were still people with passwords which no one liked, but Zelda was more than that.
Passwords were horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still talking?
Yeah, Billy. When did you even get here?
Ha! They're fooling you, Billy.
Yeah, these people.
They're
Anywho.
pulling your
I know
dick.
we're funny.
Yeah, whatever.
So people say.
So, a lot of people, including myself, usually around our age group, started with the 3D games. Does anyone want to say which one of them they particularly liked?
For Zelda, the first game I ever played was Wind Waker.
No, that's a good one.
That was
Really?
the first game?
Yeah.
Was that for the NC? That wasn't for the
That's for the
For
GameCube.
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 I actually have Wind Waker footage coming up in about, I'd say, 8 minutes or so.
Wait, you saying that's the first one? That was actually the first one I played. I played it.
Ironic.
My friend Jonathan
Yeah.
had that game. That was actually when he first got into YouTube. That was his first game, so I got to play it with
Yeah,
him.
well, really, when it comes to Zelda, giving to the subject, it was the 3D games that really made a bigger impact than the 2D. Because with the 2D games was, what that set for gaming was, it gave the idea of having a overarching storyline, which it does, and the whole storyline actually just been released recently. They have a book coming out, the Hyrule Historia. It was in Japan, and it gave the official timeline. I pre-ordered the book. Can't wait to get it. Anyone else got that book?
I hope to get it soon.
But what's the title of it?
The Hyrule Historia. It's great. It explains everything. Bios, the timeline.
Friend Jack has
The
that.
timeline's interesting, really, but really with the first games or the overhead ones was. It set the idea, to me, what impacted the gaming was it gave the ideas of having overarching storyline, but also adventure. Zelda was really more of a pseudo game. Like to this day, people argue whether it's an RPG or an action adventure, and I say both. I've always said both because it takes two genres people really enjoyed and put them together. Even before RPGs even really made a standing statement in gaming.
You know, I actually have to make a confession. I'm kind of more of a fan of that 2D type of thing. But
Oh, come on.
oh, come on,
Turn it off.
Tyler, do you want to?
Seriously.
That really scuffs my boots, Tyler.
Who said it?
Really, with the Navi thing, come on.
But no, seriously, like as I was saying,
Hey, listen.
Let me tell you something. I don't even know the name of her yet, but the girl from Skyward Sword, she's even more annoying than Navi. Every 5 seconds with that bitch.
yeah, but I actually have to say, like, I was more of a fan of the 2D.
You know, the 2D games are I actually have more of a good time with.
I mean, I'm not trying to trash the 3D.
No,
game.
no, I know.
They're very good. I was just more of a fan of the 2Ds,
Right.
Because that's, I guess, how I am.
I totally get that.
It's
yeah.
not just Zelda. I mean, I do like other 3D games like that. Remember the Sonic 3D games? I mean, some
Yeah.
people didn't like them.
Right.
I didn't have any problem with
Well, I
them.
like the 2D.
It's just
more.
for this one, I just prefer the 2D.
Well, it's like I said in the last episode when we did Sonic, a good 3D game should be an expansion of the 2D game, and it does make it different. And
Yeah.
even though it feels like they're the same franchise, the fact that it's different is much better to me.
Well, Billy, if you're going to do that, then you need to have more money put into the actual technology of
Yeah,
the game.
absolutely, and that's why things are getting bigger and better.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I actually just started Skyward Sword today. Finally, I got past. I just went through the tutorials and I stopped because I had so many other games on my list. That game I'm really enjoying. People complain about the motion control. I have no idea why.
On which?
The Skyward Sword. They have a new form of motion control. Anyone else play Skyward Sword?
Yeah, but isn't
I
that
have not played
doesn't it
that
have airplane pilot controls?
I tried it out.
I haven't-
Yeah, it does.
I haven't been able to fly yet.
Learning curve.
Yeah, it's different. You know, I don't let people complain because in Twilight Princess, literally all I did was swing my arm around. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing this. These three can see it. I'm just swinging my arm around like there's no tomorrow, and he did like regular moves. Like where I was walking around in a cave. I'm gonna get pretty Zelda nerdy right now, and there was some chew jellies on the floor and kisses in the sky. You know what I did? I swung up and I swung down and I got them. You know, I never was able to do that in a Zelda game before. I used to have to like position myself the right way. It was cool. And we have this thrust move now. I like.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Right, absolutely. So yeah,
Great. Now when I start doing it, everyone else starts doing it.
See, you started the trend, Tyler. How does it
Right.
how does it feel to be important?
Not very good.
Ooh. But yeah, like the 2D games, they set the ideas, but I feel the 3D games, I think everyone can agree with me, the 3D games is something that's stuck with every game, how it's programmed. Like, I play games like Arkham City, Assassin's Creed, and there are so many Zelda themes in that game. They have the inventories, the objectives, the adventures, the side
I love
quests.
how Bo's the only one talking.
You let him talk.
Well,
Let him shut up.
Oh.
And that's coming from his girl.
Billy, I didn't say that she did.
faces.
Your
You all
girlfriend.
said that in your head. Come on.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, yes, I did, but I didn't say it out loud. You did.
You know, I'm
I'm his
just
girlfriend. I could get away with it.
I'm just
Talking about
And-
saying.
come on, if it was me and him in a fight, who would win?
I'm sharing my thoughts. Thank
Yeah, that's
you.
Who would win the match?
We have 41 minutes.
You know, Rosemary. No, Rosemary. That scuffs my boots. You know, he's trying to speak his
Oh,
opinion.
MadMilitaryMan, shut up.
Oh, you shut up. You...
We're all telling each other to shut up.
Shut up, Tubby Mora.
You know what? Fine.
Hey, Tubby Moore ain't got none on True
Hey, where's your
Darkness.
2-ton tunic?
Where's my 2-ton tunic? It's right on my ass.
It's a-
Why don't you kiss it?
I'm sure I can fit up there. Woohoo!
See, this is why I had. This is
Hey,
why.
why don't you try
This
it?
is why I made the video so damn long.
That's okay. Back on track. Moving on.
Yeah.
You're
so,
right.
so,
We're gonna be like this for the next 2 hours.
yeah. Well, a subject I want to touch on is Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I did. Ocarina
Why
of
are you so
Time. That is a game that changed a lot for gaming. It really did. I had it for the N64, but my dad only played it, and we lost the cartridge. It's really
That
heartbreaking.
sucks.
Yeah. But did any of you guys experience that on the N64? Because I'd really like to know what it was like at first-hand view.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, at the time I was like 8 or 9, and I was like, whoa,
Right.
whoa.
What the fuck's up with this water temple?
And
Oh, the war temple
then on, I
pissed
just,
me
I just
off.
got really into all these RPG games. 'Cause
Rosemary, the ones on the left are the lighter ones, the ones on the right are the darker.
I'm twisting.
Thank you, Tyler.
I was speaking.
Peter, I don't think anyone wants to hear your voice of all people.
Oh, come on. Tyler, you're really scuffing my boots.
Hey, let the
I
man.
already did.
Let the man speak. I haven't heard you say anything useful this whole video.
But you said everything I was gonna say.
Even
Listen.
Greg says something useful, and he's a guest here.
Listen. If I'm sticking up for Peter, you know I'm right.
Go ahead, Peter.
He almost never does that.
I actually, no, go ahead, Peter, because
never
I'm
did that at
curious,
all.
because I never experienced that before anything like Ocarina of Time happened. And people today,
yeah.
they say it's overrated. It's like, look, I'm not saying it's the best Zelda game, and it's not.
It's
But
not the best Zelda game.
It was the first of its kind, and for the time, it was something incredible.
Did you at least, like, when you're playing that, when you played that, did you at least watch the ATV shorts?
The ATD shorts?
They call them the ATV, like when the game goes into like a movie mode.
Oh, yeah, the cutscenes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those
The
are
AT
cool.
it's called-
Nothing's cooler than that cutscene in Ocarina of Time where the dead Deku tree was dying,
Yeah.
and he's telling you the story of Hyrule, the
Yeah.
three goddesses.
Yeah.
That Triforce looks so cool for the time.
And to this day, when the Deku Tree dies, I still get chills when I watch it.
I remember when I first learned about the timeline, it blew my mind when the guy explaining one of the facts was, in the first Zelda game, the Deku tree, the first level of Zelda 1 is a dead tree. That's the Deku tree that died in Ocarina of Time. That freaking blew my mind. And then Wind Waker, you had that baby one. And that like not the baby one, the middle-aged one. That was the that was the sprout from the dead Deku tree. That's freaking cool.
Hey, anything to make a plot twist?
Yeah, really. Like the timeline. That's what people love about Zelda the most. The timeline is so well thought out and fleshed out. I mean, yeah, it has its BS moments. Like Four Sword Adventures, you can put that anywhere in the timeline and it'll make sense. But really, a lot of it is really well thought out and fleshed out. Of course, it has its flaws, but this is really something.
What doesn't have its flaws?
Yeah, this was a long time coming. Actually, by Ocarina of Time, Miyamoto did mean to make a timeline, but he fucked it up so bad already. The only thing he can do was make prequels to fill out the spaces. And by the 25th anniversary, we finally got the beginning. And the first thing I said when I played Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, was, "Wow, Zelda and Link actually know each other." That's how I knew it was the beginning, especially in Ocarina of Time, when Zelda said Link. That name sounds so familiar. Yeah.
Oh, now that makes sense.
It's well thought out. It's brilliant.
I had a feeling it was a prologue.
Yeah. I have the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time. That's the version everyone should play. That's the best one. Everything's fixed up. It looks great. I remember I was with Peter actually once, and I was doing a close-up by accident at the Link, and his model looks incredible. It looks like it can be on a console. It's very smooth and out. It looks great. They put a lot of care in that remake. They're gonna make an HD version of Wind Waker. It's been announced. They're gonna make an HD version of Wind Waker and put it on the Wii U eShop. The virtual
They
console.
better do Majora's Mask first.
Well, they want to make that a game.
Sure.
Like the HD remake is gonna be like, you ever see the HD remake of Sonic Adventure 2? It's gonna look like that. Generally.
Okay.
That's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna make it sharper, put it in 1080p. The reason why they've been doing that lately, and Miyamoto's been wanting to do that for a while, was because when you play these games now on a newer TV, they look like crap. Right? I play some GameCube games on my TV, they look awful.
Really? I kind of like one that.
Right. No, I do. But a lot of them look like crap because they were built for a TV, not a plasma TV, a tube TV.
Yeah. They meant it for one of the older models.
Like when I was recording the Zelda
Tube
footage,
TV.
when I was recording the Zelda 1 footage, which shouldn't be up anymore, it should be up to Wind Waker, I noticed that, like, wow, this is like, the screen's so small, that's the best quality I can get. I had to close it up a little bit. Yeah. And,
Yeah, just like him.
yeah.
You're scuffing my boots,
Yeah.
Rosemary.
Not too bad. Why don't
No
you
comment.
talk? Why don't you talk, Tyler? Give me something useful.
We
if you're
did.
So
We've been
smart.
making fun of you. Isn't that useful enough?
You know, I
Video.
actually,
And here's the thing,
you know-
Billy. You know how you talked about in the beginning of the video? That's what I was gonna talk about. Thank you for explaining my part.
Well, excuse
You know, I actually,
Like,
you know,
put some effort into
if
it.
Triple M has anything to add to this, I actually do have something.
You and your self advertisements. Go
It's
ahead.
called Shameless Plug.
Yeah,
Thank
shameless
you very
plug. Thank you.
much. I corrected you. I'm sorry. But
Yes, we're okay.
did you guys? I mean, the first time I never knew about Zelda until I actually played the
Wind Waker.
No.
That's a good. Game.
I never even heard of it, like, until I saw Link in Super Smash Bros. For 64, for the N64.
Right.
I had no idea who it was,
Same here.
but Link was actually the very first person I actually played with on Super Smash Bros. and
You mean-
and
I don't think she wants him to.
and when the reason why I knew about that is because when I clicked on it, it said Link. Now, when I started playing Legend of Zelda, I said, who the heck is Zelda? I said, holy crap, Link is in here. But everyone else I used to know, because when I was in grade school,
they called Link
people
Zelda.
used to call Link Zelda. Did
Ow.
anyone else...
Ow, pain in my chest.
Did anyone else... And keep in mind, I never did that, and I had no idea who
You're
the
a
hell...
respectable human being.
I didn't know who the hell Zelda or Link was until Super Smash Bros. 64.
Right.
Now, I never called Link Zelda, but has anyone else ever heard or encountered anyone
yeah.
who did?
I
Or-
smacked the
or
person
present-
that did that.
Present company or internet company included,
Greg,
have
you
they ever done
You
it?
have no idea how common that is. That's actually really big in the Zelda world.
We used to call it Link Zelda. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about?
I actually wrote an article about Super Smash Brothers, and one thing I said in that article, which I believe very highly, is what was brilliant about Super Smash Brothers was it gave a limelight to characters. Like that actually reawakened the Mother in America movement, and about Earthbound, and along with that, Kirby got a lot more notice.
Yeah. Oh hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Kirby.
You ain't kidding.
Kirby and the Crystal Shards sold millions of copies.
Do you know who actually also got more royalties from that game? Metroid and what was it? F-Zero? Was it?
Captain Falcon?
Yeah, F-Zero.
Yes. Yeah, well...
But Metroid got a lot of royalties from that game.
That's cool. You know what, speaking...
How many guys thought Samus was a guy when you first played Super Smash Bros?
Do you know what? Believe it or not, if I can actually interject on that one, did you know that when I first played Samus from Super Smash Bros., that was the first time I ever heard of Samus either, and I always knew it was a girl.
What?
I did.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I always knew Samus was a girl.
Huh.
Do you want to know why? Call me a weird guy if you want to, but I could tell by the shape of the body, I said, wow, that's a girl.
Yeah.
I said, wow, that's a girl.
No, I thought it was a boy, but then when I realized it was a girl,
No,
I'm
because-
like, wait, look at the legs.
No, I remember my friends from school were
I
coming
did-
over to play it, and when I clicked on Samus because I wanted to play as Samus, and I said, "Wow, that robot has tits." That's what I said. I said that I actually said that robot has tits. And keep in mind, I was probably only around 9 or 10 years old, and I actually said that robot has tits.
Oh, come on, everybody knows what tits are.
Oh, I got
I know, but a robot having tits. Come on, a 10-year-old saying that robot has tits.
Oh, I got something for you guys. Toon Link. That was big. I was just thinking today that Toon Link has to definitely be something big in Zelda, because how many game franchises can get away with changing the aesthetics of a game? Not many.
Well, SpongeBob.
yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, but like Toon
That's,
most of
that's
the-
another episode altogether.
yeah,
Yeah,
Toon
but look at Mario, how Mario developed that. That's something
Another
where the
epi-
aesthetics
well,
have kind of changed.
That's
but-
different because you kept you kept true to his look. But
Again,
Zelda,
guys, this
yeah,
is Zelda.
yeah, Link went from looking human to a cartoon character, and to me that's an homage. Toon Link's an homage to what he looked like in Link to the Past, which really was what it's for. But it created a new branch in Zelda, and if you think about it, Wind Waker is a different branch in the timeline. Who knows? Maybe they did get all mutated to look like that. I don't know. Until I get the Historia. But
Speaking of mutated, how's your mom doing?
Oh, where did that
Okay.
come from?
I like turtles.
yeah, I bet you do.
Your ass is a turtle.
Ninja Turtles.
Right. Ugh. So yeah,
Heroes in a half shell.
I was thinking that because right now we should be on Wind Waker, definitely on Wind Waker by this time in my recording for the video for this, and I liked what I like about Zelda is they always keep true to the whole aesthetics, but they always change an idea. Like in Wind Waker, you had the ability to steal your enemy's weapon. That was a cool idea.
They stopped that, though.
Yeah, they did stop that, but
Do you want to know? A lot of games stopped that.
yeah, because you know it didn't really do anything, but it was kind of it was
It was a free shot.
Yeah,
it was
just
making it a little too easy.
yeah, it was just a nice touch.
Yeah, but you know, they kind of Ed Booned it.
Well, they did that because they wanted to show off the graphical capabilities of the GameCube, and they did a hell of a good job.
Oh, of course, the GameCube was was a revolutionary system of video gaming, but you know. That feature was kind of annoying.
It was.
Even I found it annoying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It was helpful though when you lose your sword on
Well, yeah.
Forsaken Fortress, because I've
Yeah.
actually recorded that part right now. I probably got caught by the moblins at this point.
Mabelines.
Yeah.
Whose phone keeps going off? Wait, no, never mind. It's Rosemary.
No, okay.
Do I really have to ask?
Who is Zelda?
Very popular.
Who is Zelda?
Oh, you guys...
You really want to know?
You did not get the joke.
Yeah, I got the joke.
Billy got the joke, but they didn't.
No, we got the joke, but I just really
got
don't
it.
I think we all watch Ego Raptor here. If you go to YouTube,
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Tubimura and...
I said I get
Yeah.
the joke, but I just don't feel like saying it.
And
'cause I'm
Rosemary
drawing
Bread.
you.
if you watch
And Rosemary
I'm
Bread.
drawing
if you watch YouTube, you watch Ego Raptor. That's the law of YouTube.
Actually, the law of YouTube... you know what? I don't even have time to explain.
Yeah,
Oh,
because we
please
have.
don't, because we don't want to. We don't want to hear this. We're on Zelda, not YouTube.
Thank you.
You guys digress a lot from the subject.
Well, technically we
You're
are on
right,
YouTube,
Your ass
trying-
di- your
but
ass
we're not
di-
I'm
discussing.
trying, but this asshole over here
Your ass,
drawn into
your
it.
ass digressed.
drawing a
from the-
freaking
from the
dragon.
thing.
Yes, and it's very good.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Next time anyone ever says you really digress, just answer them with your ass, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, whatever.
You know?
It's a good thing we have a long time to record this. So why don't? So I think we should definitely go on subject.
Yeah, Zelda. Yeah, Zelda. Yeah, Zelda. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So,
including Link.
Oh, you mean like?
but,
Oh, don't you dare. Billy, your girlfriend is so charming and so innocently looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up, because he laughed when I
When,
said
when
that.
she makes a joke and we all laugh, you just want to pinch her cheeks,
I'm
you
gonna
know?
slap you both.
It's only because she's so small and so lovable.
uh,
And she's drawing Kirby.
anyway, like I was saying, the 3D games have basically ever since Ocarina of Time, every game that wanted that serious adventure, that serious cinematic feel, they used Zelda themes.
Karma.
Look
Karma.
how we're all
Karma.
fucking around.
Karma.
You guys didn't do that to me. I did it to myself. As soon as my parents split my boys in two.
You guys have nothing to say to this?
Huh?
You guys just gonna let this happen?
Oh, just the question again.
So,
I'm sorry, my pants split my boys in two. I couldn't.
So why don't you guys give me? You guys know what I'm talking about. When you're playing another game, you think this is very Zelda-esque. That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
With like what though?
Okami, the Assassin's Creed series.
Assassin's Creed, definitely.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed series.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed got his what's the word? I got his
Look.
not his look. Got his I want to say inspiration, but he got it from Legend of Zelda.
Everyone's inspired by Zelda. Zelda is up there.
You know
yeah,
the
is
Corey
up there.
blade that he used, the original Corey blade that Assassin's Creed used.
Right.
What do you like better, Zelda
you-
or Mario?
Well, I like Mario better, but that's just me.
Yeah, but no, well, here's the thing. Anyone can like Mario better because Mario is the classic super game.
Yeah.
You can't really compare Zelda to
No,
Mario.
you can't because they're two different things.
Yeah, but
That's
Mario is in a whole other different class of gaming. Even the strategy and the point of the game is different.
Right.
Come on, but Zelda and like, did you notice how the Corey blade actually resembles something?
true. Yeah, the Master Sword.
Yeah,
I have a Master Sword. I bought one in Comic-Con.
You wish.
I feel so cool.
Stephanie bought me something that looks like
Really?
that. It looks like a car. It looks like a Sparta blade actually.
The Twilight Princess one.
That could get you laid.
Yeah, it does.
I have swords like that. You want to see them? You want to see them? You want to see them?
So,
I have.
Want to see mine?
I have a Corey blade. I have a Sparta.
I was actually
blade,
watching
I
a
have-
Let's Play of
Let's see.
Twilight
See.
Princess
There, it's in my room.
as these two are talking background, and that game. To me, that's a definitive
Yeah,
adventure
Ultimate
game. Even though the story is a little lacking to me, the whole idea, the ideas put in that game, that was. And so far with Skyward Sword, they're improving on it greatly, and they're taking advantage of the Wii fully. I believe. I think so. So, like, what do you guys think is the Zelda game that like truly solidified how we play games?
Oh, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I know, but
You know, if MadMilitaryMan has an opinion
overall,
Triple M.
if Triple M has an
Continue,
opinion
please.
here,
shameless plugs.
no, but you know what? I don't remember which one it was because obviously I was at my friend Anthony's house and I was playing the game. It was the recent game that they made, and I asked him, "Is this the newest game?" And he said yes.
Make a short story long.
Make a short story long. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Just continue. We got 20 minutes.
Yeah. That was my favorite because it actually had a good.
Story.
I like, and listen. You can take it from me. I hate the storylines of Zelda sometimes because sometimes they just annoy the crap out of me. But
Yeah, I understand because they can
the
get convoluted.
the storylines kind of agitate me.
They get convoluted in the game, but you got to remember it's really for the overarching whole timeline.
Not to mention though, Ocarina wasn't that bad itself.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That wasn't a bad game
yeah,
either.
it wasn't the best, but it was.
It wasn't a bad game either.
No, it wasn't. Absolutely not.
If
For the time, that game was mind blowing.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
those were that would I at least say launched something
Yeah.
in a
There was
certain
a-
direction.
there was a
launched
good-
it in a,
yeah.
in a
Right.
in a
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's about. There was actually a point. You know the point where you see Ganondorf's Ganon form. A friend of mine made a good point. Not a friend of mine. A guy on YouTube made. Why say that? A guy on YouTube made a good point once. He said in the 3DS version he doesn't like this scene as much because they light up the stage. The darkness made it better. Like they wanted to show off Ganon's model. I get that, but the darkness made him look like it made him look threatening and menacing. That was
You're right, but
Yeah.
if I can also
Yeah.
add to that,
Like the darkness was hugging his bottom.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the darkness also made it like almost as if you couldn't see him.
Yeah, it's true.
Almost.
Sometimes, but you know what?
They had the
Listen,
lightning,
That's
you know.
nothing. That's
It's a
nothing.
suspense.
Yeah, but that's nothing that your actual TV's setting of contrasting and light brightness can't handle.
Yeah.
That you can always just click the button and.
Well, that's
boom.
what Zelda's art direction really did. They took advantage of the console every time. They used what it can do, and like at the N64, especially with Majora's Mask, the Zelda games took a good use of lighting. They used excellent uses of how dark and light a scene is or an area is, and they used it to its advantage. Like you see a little brighter wall than the others, that's a bomb area. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I remember I saw one time on YouTube that they made a good point. The boomerang, that was a toy, and all of a sudden in the first Zelda you see it as a weapon. And I was using it in this recording to stun some. I think they were Gibdos. I can't tell in the 8-bit world. And I was stunning them, and I'm like, I'm using a boomerang. Like now it's common sense. For some reason, everyone thinks the boomerang is a weapon, but it's a toy. It was a good idea. I'm not sure if Link's a boy in the first one or not. I think he's a boy because in the second one he's an adult. Zelda 2.
Well, of course they didn't Star Wars the crap.
That's the thing with
they didn't Lucas it where
Yeah.
they George Lucas it where you're an adult first and then you become a baby. You know?
Yeah.
I know one of you got that
So,
joke.
so yeah.
I think we all got that joke, but we chose not to respond.
So what,
Tyler, what do you know? You're drawing dragons and Rosemary's drawing Kirby.
I know
You're not even contributing. I think
Reason
it's
why I'm not contributing because Billy already said my part like a ton times.
Yeah,
You should-
Maybe you guys should have wrote a script.
you should expand on that, Tyler.
yes. This is the beauty of America. You know what? That scuffs my boots. You know, we fight for the freedom of people
All
to
right,
voice.
great.
their
Oh, shut up! This is about Zelda, not
Oh.
about fucking rants.
So
You have plenty of time to do that on your channel.
let's get back to the subject at hand.
Yes.
What
Like that's ever possible.
what do you guys think was the Zelda game that really solidified gaming? Because I think we can all agree Zelda was a game that set the guidelines to how to make a video game. Like the Mass Effect series, the BioShock series. I can go on and on and on and on. What do you guys think the definitive game was?
Well, I actually had to say that
I
have
have
nothing.
Yeah, I noticed.
Nah, I thought I had something, but then I realized I didn't.
It's hard to say.
It is hard to say.
I would say Ocarina launched something in a new direction, but it really didn't.
Well, I say
Do I think
Majora's
so?
Mask because
Yeah,
Ocarina of
yes.
Time. Yeah, Ocarina of
I'll go on
Time.
with
Other
Joe's
side.
Mask also.
Here's the point.
Because Ocarina of Time got the wheels rolling, but Majora's Mask perfected it. Now, I'm not talking about the adult themes. Everyone talks about it because it's darker and edgier. I don't agree with that, because I don't understand why a game has to be grittier and darker and more adult to be better. I'm talking about because the physics were improved, the whole look of it was improved, because the expansion pack was out by that point
Where'd
for the
you get this?
N64. The objectives
Can't
were
wait for
more
my
clear,
packs.
the side quests were
At
numerous,
an art store.
and there was a lot more to do. It was a bigger, better game. It was an improvement. I'm not saying because of the adult themes, everyone says that.
Adult.
Yeah, because it was a darker game, and to this day, I don't understand. Why does a game have to be dark and gritty to be better? It doesn't. Like, I would like that, but I prefer games that are like Earthbound, that are very childish on the outside, on the surface, but
Yeah.
are very dark and decrepit on the inside.
Well, of course,
Right.
that's how all games are because it doesn't ruin anyone's.
No, that's how
childhood.
all games are with good writing.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin anyone's childhood. Number one, number two. Adding on to that, I think the whole Zelda saga, if you will, I think that's in its own class of video gaming.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of like Super Mario. You can't say what was the Mario game that launched gaming in a whole direction. It's
Super
kinda
Mario
like,
64.
Well, yeah, maybe. Okay.
Only because there's 3D.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much actually.
Theory accepted. But
No, I understand what you're saying.
But like the Zelda saga is kind of its own class of gaming. I mean, there's really none that actually launched it,
Right.
any gaming in general in a certain.
Well, that's why it's
direction.
more of an
It only launched
opinion.
itself.
That's why it's more of an opinionated thing. Like I think,
I mean, nothing that Zelda did wasn't already done
Right.
already, and something that
Yeah.
was already done wasn't done in
that's the
Zelda.
thing. Yeah, that's the thing about Zelda. Zelda did everything first when it comes to the adventure cinematic type games. They did everything first, and these ideas always came into Zelda. Like if you want to try something new, like Skyward Sword is a prime example. Miyamoto's son actually came up with most of the ideas. He came up with the stamina bar. He came up with the new motion idea for the sword. He came up with the flying mechanics. it shows that you can put new ideas into a franchise without ruining it, like they did with Sonic, adding, like I said last time, Sonic added all these moves. It doesn't work because you just make it too complicated, and you got to learn how to.
Frustrated.
Yeah, and you got to learn something new
Pissed
each
off,
time.
you
Yeah,
can't figure it out.
right. You got to learn something new each time. When you pick up a game like Mario or Zelda, you know what to do right away. And if they add something, they always design it well enough where you can do it. And Zelda's hub worlds are brilliantly designed, especially when you get pieces of heart. They're hidden very cleverly, and you can only get the certain ones at a certain point, even though they're available so early in the game. Like, yeah, everyone has you guys know what I'm talking about. You're always playing a game, there's that chest just staring at you at this ledge, and you can't get it till you get like the spinner or something.
Oh yeah, like say on Wind Waker, on Windhelm Islands, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Where you can only get that invisible chest when you do the lighthouse.
Right.
Right, yeah.
That really pissed me off because I'm looking at it like I'm right here, right now, and I see it, and I select. Can I just kick it open?
You know what I like about Zelda, the timeline wise? The first game in the timeline is in the sky, Skyloft. By the way, if you guys ever noticed, this got pointed out to me in the art drawing of Link to the Past, that ground area, the whole subworld, Skyloft is in the background.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a long time coming, apparently. But yeah, it starts in the sky, and then it gets dragged to the ground, and then by Wind Waker's time, which is towards the ends of, I believe, the adults hero's victory. No, the child hero's victory timeline. It's the whole Hyrulean plain is underwater. Is that a sign? Like, now to me, that means that they're on islands now. They're closer to the sky. And I'm thinking if there's going to be an end to the Zelda series, it's going to be back in the sky. That's how well thought out this series is, and that's how gaming progressed from there. It's well thought out, and it shows game developers you can have a well thought out game with a fleshed out story, characters you care about, and overall a lot to do. There's a lot to do in Zelda games.
Oh, I may want to point this out, but you know who my favorite character in almost every game is?
What?
Beetle.
Beatles?
Oh,
Beetle.
The shop merchant.
Right.
Yeah,
He's always so funny.
Yeah, no. Tingle was a popular character. Thank God they took him out. I hated Tingle so much.
Oh my god, Wind Waker pissed me off. Gotta pay him so much when I already knew exactly where they were.
He's the type of guy who you wish you could beat up in the game, but it doesn't let you.
Yeah, like the
You know, like-
dog
You know, it's like, you ever go up to like any of the other games where you just don't like the guy, but he's actually on your side, so to speak, and you
Yeah.
just want to beat him up, but you can't because the game won't allow you to beat him up. It's
Yeah.
like, come here, you little fucking
I know.
bastard.
You're talking about that little dog from
You know, the reason why,
No, I actually was able to shoot him, by the way.
you know why Tingle's not in the games anymore, right? There was a Japan-only release of a Tingle game, and it was rated T for teen. It was an adult game, and it sold so poorly it never made it to the United States, and Tingle was never seen in Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. People hated that game, and you know, really, you know what's cool?
Your bed just farted.
You know what?
That was a springs. This bed is fucked up. I need to get a new bed.
What was I saying?
You're talking about porn and
tingle.
All right. You know what's cool? The Runaway guys, Chugga Conroy, Proton John, and Nintendo Capri Sun. Chugga Conroy got a copy of that game. They're gonna play it on their channel. So anyone watching, keep your eye out for that, because that's something I've always wanted to see. Because I'm not one to get Japanese games, because I can't read or speak Japanese.
Yes.
I can
And
speak
I
it
believe
a
it's
little
called,
bit.
I'll figure it out.
Right.
Did you
It's
got?
called Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
what it's
game.
You know they actually have Zelda comic books in
Yeah, they do.
Japan. When I was
I
over
had a
there,
copy.
I saw on display. I actually got to touch it,
Cool.
but I have the original first issue Zelda comic strip.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Do you know what? Do you know
You
what?
guys
Link
ever
got-
see, you guys ever see the CDI games?
Oh, we don't talk about those.
Yeah, those don't exist. But I can't wait to go bomb some Dodongos.
What are you up to?
Damn it,
And that's
Tyler.
mine.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
Silence it. Hold on.
Do you know
Yes.
what? Do you know what? Actually, I actually found out when I was at the anime museum in Japan.
What?
Do you know what I found out also about Naruto and Link? Like actually, like the characters Naruto and Link.
Right.
Do you know who actually Zelda in general, but do you know who Zelda, all the characters in Zelda are supposed to be based on?
Who?
Teutonic Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda is based on medieval times. In fact,
No, like
yeah.
not like like
No, yeah.
like
The
you
Teutonics,
know,
yeah.
the Teutonics, like
Yeah.
from Norway,
the
Germany.
first game
Yep.
is Teutonic.
Yeah.
Because Miyamoto, all his franchises, if you notice, are from different parts of the world.
Yep.
Mario is Italian.
Yep.
Zelda is
Supposed to be
Teutonic.
from Scandinavia, Germany,
Yeah,
Norway.
And
Right.
Michimoto Sakurai.
Oh, he just fucking killed you.
Oh boy.
I was waiting to go, what? My
Uh,
voice is cracked.
But that's what it was based on.
Yeah.
And Naruto was actually supposed to
If
be.
you, if you notice, if you follow the games in the order of the timeline, that follows the Earth's timeline.
Yep.
Skyloft is based on early civilization.
Did you get how? Did you notice how?
And it goes on to the end in Teutonic.
That is
Teutonic plate.
true. Did you notice how in the very end of like the most recent Zelda games and how you can actually notice how they get more modern?
Yeah, they do.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're gonna have Zelda games where they're gonna be having bolt-action rifles.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're gonna have bolt-action rifles and steel helmets. You know, it's like,
Surprise.
just you wait.
I can imagine that actually.
Hey,
Well-
listen,
well-
if Zelda gets his hands on a bolt-action rifle, goodbye. That's
Well-
Link will destroy everything.
yeah. Link will,
Well, I can't confirm this, but I have heard that now that Miyamoto's retiring, he wants to take the Zelda name with him, and the Wii U release is going to be the last Zelda game made.
Sorry,
for
Mom, but
timeline.
I'm declining that one.
Okay.
Putting on
Yeah, it's
vibrate.
gonna be the
I'll
last,
tell ya.
it should be the last one.
yeah. Well,
But you know what? Miyamoto gave me a good. I got mad at that, but Miyamoto said a good reason.
Come
he doesn't.
on.
He doesn't want his characters to
I
be
wanna reach
worn
you.
out and used just for money.
Right.
Like, let's face it. That's what happened to Sonic.
I just want to reach
Yo.
you.
That's what happened to Sonic. And yeah,
But you know what? Listen.
It's a good call, isn't it?
yeah, it is a good call. He also wants to take. He's gonna make more at Fox Games, and he wants to take that one too.
Wait,
And-
he's getting rid of Fox.
Yeah, and he wants to. No, he's not getting rid of them. He's just taking the names from with him.
Yeah.
If you want to make a game, you have to call him and get his permission.
Well, isn't that how it's supposed to be? I mean, that
It is.
It's his
Yeah.
creation.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Actually, what's going on right now is Miyamoto, Shigeru, not his son, Miyamoto and his father are having legal battles right now for Link, because that was Miyamoto's father's idea to call him Link. Because in the first The Legend of Zelda, which by the way, the 8-bit games are the end of the hero's defeat timeline. In the first Legend, the adult hero's victory timeline.
Uh-huh.
In the first Legend of Zelda, the whole.
Okay.
What was I saying
the first Legend of Zelda,
before that?
8-bit games, and the
Right.
hero
8-bit
games,
games and
end
all
of
that.
hero games.
Right.
End of adult story.
Right. No. Forgot my point. Whatever.
Oh, you fucking.
Oh, God damn it, Tyler.
You have the worst memory ever.
Alright, that's it. MadMilitaryMan is getting mad. He just scuffed my boot. He just scuffed my boot.
freaking guy.
He just scuffed my boot.
Get me off
Blame
track.
Rosemary with her hi Kirby.
Hey, you
He
friggin'
fucked up my Kirby.
jelly donut eating slide swagging son of a bitch
You
comedy
two.
shit.
I actually don't eat jelly donuts.
You two.
Oh, can I get
say
my,
something, please,
can I get
Jimmy,
my,
Peter,
thing back?
say something, please.
Yeah, I was done using it anyway. Here,
Alright,
let me see it.
Tyler's
I
bed
have a
farted.
question.
What was that?
It's not done.
I have a question.
What is it?
Which game would you prefer if you've played either one of them? Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time?
Majora's
Yeah,
Mask.
Majora's Max. I'll even go out on the limb to saying that. That's that one's good.
That was actually a game that was. This is the thing about games that I've noticed. If the reviews are bad, that means it's going to be appreciated 10 years later.
No.
And that's exactly what happened with Majora's Mask. That was reviewed horribly because nobody liked the time limit. I guarantee you Skyward Sword is going to happen the same thing because nobody likes it because of the motion control. Years from now, it's going to be appreciated. It's like Wind Waker. Same thing with Wind Waker. Reviews were horrible. Now, it's praised. Majora's Mask is praised now because they know it's an expanded, bigger version of Ocarina of Time. That was a game that revolutionized the business. It was.
Yeah, but Majora's Mask. It had bad reviews because I think people just got lazy.
That too.
I mean, listen, if you haven't played Majora's Mask, you'll know you might have gotten a little lazy.
You gotta remember, Greg, and everyone, gamers. I'm sorry, but gamers hate different.
Different? What do you mean different?
They always. This is the thing I don't get about gamers. Well, today, they used to be like when I was a kid. But today, They always ask for something. They scream at you.
They ask for anything that's new. They hate
What do you mean by
repetitive
different
this.
though? Like,
Yeah.
how are you
They
describing
they,
different?
they scream that the game's the same as the last one. They tell you make something different, and you know what happens? They
make
do,
something different,
and
and then
they
they don't
hate
like
it.
Oh, come on! It's like that in the real world.
It is
You
like
know,
that in
it's
the
like
real
that in the real world. Look at what happened. But
Yeah,
how would you describe different in terms of Majora's
like Majora's Mask? You have a time limit.
Yeah.
You don't have, you transform. It was different. Like same thing in Wind Waker.
Well, they just made a few I mean, listen. They don't know what real change is. They don't know what real difference is.
Nah.
I mean, it wasn't so bad. I mean, yeah, it might have gotten a little annoying. You have to admit, it got a little annoying.
I can agree with that.
That fish boss.
We can definitely.
Annoying.
Georg.
Georg.
Oh,
I hate
okay.
Georg. I hate that. That was
All
the
you need
most.
to
Don't you mean
do is
Georg?
screw up
No, it was
once.
Georg. He was
You
one of the
punch.
bosses in
You
Majora's
punch.
Mask.
Yeah, it was Georg.
It was Georg.
Yeah, Georg.
Yeah,
I think
Georg.
the easiest boss was the Goron boss.
Yeah, that
the
was
goat.
Yeah, but that was fun. That one was
I
fun.
think
By the way, you know where
first
that
one
came
was
from?
easy as hell.
What?
The goat?
The first one.
Where? Enlighten me.
Right. Well,
I
we're
don't
up to
know
our.
how to pronounce his name.
Right.
Oldawa, some shit like
I
that.
think you're. Well, anyway, we're at our time limit, so
Alright.
yeah,
We hit 41 minutes already?
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So goodbye everyone. I'll see you.
Bye bye, MadMilitaryMan signing out.
There's your shameless plug for the
Dragon
video.
Knight signing out.
All right, goodbye. All right, goodbye.